Hi guys, it's Shelly, and got some things on my mind today. I had a crazy day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never would. I would always be honest. My day was, well, let me tell you about my week. This is Thursday night. So I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've worked every day this week. Business is picking up a little bit in the grooming salon, so that's made me happy. Well, it's made me happy money wise. It's not really made me happy job wise. I'm not happy in my work anymore. I'm really looking for something else to replace that. That's a pretty good income, and it's difficult to find something to replace it. But anyway, so let me tell you about my day yesterday. Let me start out. So I started my day at 9 o'clock in the morning, and was it yesterday? I'm sorry, it was Tuesday. It doesn't matter what day it was, but it wasn't today. Anyway, so I started my day at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm working, and people are coming in, and it's going okay. I had back in the fall, I had purchased myself a van, and it's a large van. It's a not a conversion van or anything like that. It's just a plain van. Um, you can stand up in it. So people use it for work vans, but my husband and I are going to convert it into a camper. That's what we're going to do. Actually, a place to sleep, basically, when we go visit people. We like to stay in our own bed. So we purchased this back in the fall, and we only drive it on weekends because we both have our own vehicles. This was kind of an investment for us. We've used it. We use it, to go here and there. But anyway, it's a bright red van. I love red. Again, I know some of you don't necessarily care for red, but red's one of my favorite colors. Anyway, so we had purchased this van, and I had it sitting in front of my shop, and it was nose dived in. It was facing my shop. So I look in. I keep a camera in my shop because I like to see who's coming and going in my driveway and who's standing out in my foyer waiting to bring their dogs back. I just like to be able to see what's going on. I look in my mirror and I see my van. I see another car parked over here, and I see another vehicle, a small SUV, trying to back in. What I didn't see was what really made me angry. So the car that was parked on the one side was done. They left, and finally the SUV pulled up and then back into the spot and brought their dogs in. It's an older gentleman. He's probably close to 80. Maybe he's older than 80. I'm not sure. He has two doodles. Always thought very highly of him. I always liked him a lot. Um, I've been through he had three dogs to begin with, so I've been through the death of one of his dogs. I've been through the death of his wife. She had Alzheimer's, or yeah, Alzheimer's. I don't know if it's dementia, Alzheimer's. I don't know what the difference is. It's so close, it's not funny. But he lost his wife, and so he brings his dogs in. Now he has a caregiver that rides with him, a woman probably in her 30s. He drove, and she was in the passenger seat. And they bring the dogs in, and they're all friendly, and they're talking to me, and everything's great. They tell me what they want done with the dogs, and they leave. I told them I would call them when the dogs were done, and they were fine, right? So a little bit later, the person who had dropped their dog off and left, the person in the first car that I was telling you about that backed up and left, he comes to pick up his dog, and he pulls me aside, and he's an older gentleman as well. He said, "Did they tell you that they hit your van?" Who hit my van? And he proceeds to tell me, and I said, I saw in the video in my camera, but I didn't see him hit it. I just saw that he was back there, and I was afraid he was going to hit the van or you, but I didn't see him actually hit anything. And he said, "Yeah, he hit it," and he said he hit it pretty hard. I heard a bang. And I'm like, my heart sank. This is my brand new van. This is my baby. I've spent a lot of money to have it. I love this van. Okay. I have plans for that van in my older, as I get older. I've got plans for that van. Okay. So he goes, I'm really, really shocked that he didn't tell you. There's no way that he didn't know that he hit it because I heard the bang in my car. So he takes me out there. He pays for his dog groom, and he take we take his dog and we go out and we look at it. And he showed me where he hit it. And luckily, there wasn't even really. It was just a little smudge where um, he'd hit the plastic. Luckily, nothing broke, and everything looked good. I opened the back door just to make sure everything worked, and everything was fine. Um, but it could have been so much worse, you know. And my point is, why wouldn't you tell someone that you did that, right? So I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I thought, maybe when he comes back, he'll tell me. He'll tell me what he did. So he comes back and he makes his appointment. He pays for his dogs, makes an appointment for the next time. Never mentions it. Neither does his caregiver. Neither one of them mention it. So I was pretty disappointed. I'll be honest. I really had high, I really held him in high esteem. I really thought that, he was a straight up guy. But I asked the other man, I said, did they even get out and look and see if they heard it? And he said, I didn't see him look at it. And when I looked back in the video, they didn't bother to look at it. They didn't check to see if they'd done any damage. So it wasn't like they looked at it and said, well, we didn't do any damage. Maybe we shouldn't mention it. Even then, I feel, and you let me know what your thoughts are, I feel they should have said something, but they didn't. So that was my day that day. And then today was a very stressful day. Every day or every dog was difficult. I got bit today. Luckily, it didn't break through the skin, and it was extremely hot. I've got three air conditioners in there, and I'm not trying to complain. I am blessed to have a business and have a job. I understand all that. But sometimes the mental toll that a job takes on you is not worth the money that it brings in. Now, having said that, I do have to make money to pay my bills. Obviously, as I told you, I have this nice new van that I'm working to pay off because I have plans for it. And I do have other bills that of course have to be paid. We live, we make bills. There's a little joke where the husband and wife are sitting on the porch at their house, and the wife says, "We're holding down the porch because every time we leave, it costs $150." And that's that's not a lie. It's true, crazy true. So it was a struggle. It was hot. There were two dogs in there that just barked the entire time they were there. And it seemed like, you ever have those days where every day is a solid struggle, just a struggle. And it seemed like this whole week has been nothing but a struggle for me. And then somebody pointed out, and I personally am not into astronomy, astrology, I don't know anything about it, but somebody said, well, Mercury's in retrograde and makes things extra chaotic and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, I had no idea. I don't even know what that means. But apparently, it makes things even crazier when Mercury is in retrograde. If you guys know what that is, let me know in the comments. I could look it up, I guess. But yeah. So what do you think about the guy hitting my van and not even having the courtesy to let me know that he hit it? Do you think he should have? I mean, honestly, I think he should have said something. That's just me. I don't. That's kind of a hit and run, isn't it? Even though it is in my driveway. Anyway, you give me your thoughts on that, and let me know what you think. I'm down here in my Crafty Fox Creation studio, and it was pouring rain, so I didn't want to be out on the porch tonight. Um, but anyway, what are your thoughts? Should he have told me? Personally, I think so. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on what he should have done. And what you think I should do? I'm just going to leave it alone. I think I'm not going to pursue it. The Vans is fine. It was just that it hurt my, I'll say if it hurt my feelings, it just disappointed me in the man because, again, I thought more of him than that. So, all right. See you guys in the next video. Have a great night.